Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a customer with a problem, so let's get into it and show you what it is. They'd paid to have the Audi ceramic 8-pot calipers refurbished. They got them back, something wasn't quite right. They just weren't happy with the quality, and I can see why. So we've done one caliper properly alongside one of the returned ones, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly what the difference is and what you should be checking for. So these came in to us as a pair. The customer had sent them to another company to be reconditioned. They came back and straight away something didn't sit right. Now to be fair, at a distant glance they look okay, and that's actually the problem, because on something like this, an Audi ceramic 8-pot, if the prep work and the finish isn't right, you're not just looking at a cosmetic issue, you're potentially looking at paint failure under heat, pistons that are sticking, and eventually a caliper that needs doing again. So let's get into it.
If you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got the bell on so you don't miss any of our future videos. So the first thing, the pistons, they haven't been removed. You can see paint on the piston itself. That's what happens when you're trying to mask in situ rather than pull them out. On a ceramic caliper running at these temperatures, that paint breaks down, contaminates dust seals, it affects how the piston seats, and eventually you're looking at a caliper that needs doing again. There is no shortcut on this step. And as we look at the pistons on the other side of the caliper, they haven't even removed the masking tape. How rough is that? The second issue with these is the bleed screws. Still the originals, not removed, not replaced, just painted over. Old screws with paint on the threads. Next time someone needs to bleed these brakes, they're going to have a problem. New bleed screws on a caliper like this cost pennies relative to the job. They should always be replaced. Always. So on to the next issue, the crossover pipe. Just left in place, not removed, not replaced. On a proper reconditioning job, that pipe comes out and you make a new one and it goes back in fresh. That hasn't happened here. And just when you think things couldn't get any worse, now they're finished. They've wet painted these, and wet painting is a valid method when it's done correctly. But look here, you can see white primer through the yellow, there's missed areas, the paint's been applied very badly, and there's been no quality check on these before they went out. And then this is the one thing that really tells you how much time, effort has been put into the prep. You can see corrosion sitting under the fresh paint, plain as day. The casting has not properly cleaned before any of this went on. If the substrate has corrosion on it and you paint it straight over, it bubbles and lifts. It's just a matter of time. Prep is everything on a job like this. If the prep isn't right, anything that comes after it isn't right either. And just to be clear, no seals have been replaced on this caliper. No new pistons. It's gone out looking cosmetically better from the front, and that's about it. And here is the Rogue Performance version. Fully stripped, every piston out, every bleed screw out, crossover pipes off, mounting bracket removed, and following a process that shows an incredible attention to detail. At Rogue Performance, once you've got the caliper casting bare, it goes through media blasting. Clean to bare metal, every trace of corrosion gone before a single thing goes back on it. From there, the powder coated, in this case yellow. Not wet paint, powder coat. The finish is harder, it handles the heat cycles better, and the coverage is more consistent across every surface, including the areas you can't easily see from the front. New bleed screws, new seals, new pistons, new crossover pipes made from scratch. Mounting bracket done separately in black, nice clean lines, correct spec, and finished off with a fresh logo. That's what a reconditioned caliper should look like. Not just from the front, but from every angle. Now we don't know which company did these originally, and we don't know what was paid for the job, but I'll be honest with you, what's been returned here is a caliper that looks mildly better cosmetically from the front, and nothing more. The seals haven't been touched, the pistons haven't been replaced, the prep work clearly wasn't done properly, because you can see the corrosion through the paint. And that's a problem, but the bigger problem for me is this. A company was happy to box these up and post them out to a customer, and say they were refurbished and ready to fit. These calipers are going on a high-end vehicle for a high-end customer. Both Rogue Performance and the company they were supplied to were genuinely shocked when these arrived in this condition. You're entitled to disagree with how we do things. There's more than one way to approach a job. But ready to fit? No. These were definitely not ready to fit.
Right, are you team cheap refurb or team do it right? Or just team buy new calipers? Drop your answer in the comments. This one always starts an argument. I want to see which side wins. And if this video has helped you know what to look for when you send your calipers away for refurbishment, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us making these videos. And remember, whatever you're building, whatever you're fixing, do it right, do it once. That's the Rogue Performance way. And we'll see you on the next one.